YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the song The Look of Love. This version is a smooth jazz version done by Diana Krall. And so I'm going to show you how I interpreted the Diana Krall piano chords onto solo acoustic guitar. So let's go ahead and get started. The guitar is in standard tuning. I do have a capo on the first fret. I do have some tremolo and a little bit of delay. The look of love is in your eyes. The look, smile can't disguise. The look of love is saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I've been waiting just to love you now that I have found you. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about how to play this great tune. This is a great tune. And the chords that are used in this solo acoustic version are just so melodic, and some of them are quite odd. There's quite a few chords, but they're actually not that hard to do. In the recording of Diana Krall playing this song, one of the versions that I used was when she played live in Paris, and I don't know the date of that. But anyway, she's got orchestration behind her in the opening part of this song. As I mentioned before, I've got a capo on the guitar itself in the first fret. I've transposed the song a little bit. It just makes it a little bit easier to play than in the original key that she had it in, which I believe was in B flat. I've got it in A, so the chords I show you are a little bit easier to play with your fingers. So the chord and the song starts out on a chord sort of orchestration sequence. It starts with a chord called A major ninth with an E bass. Now that's a pretty easy chord. On the second fret, you're basically going to lay your first finger over all the strings except for the low E string, and you're going to just play the lower four strings basically. And it's a really off-centered chord with an E bass. The intro and then they're kind of like transition sections between after the verse, or after the chorus rather. They stay on this E droning E note. And this starts out A major ninth with an E bass, so it's. And then it's going to go to a D sharp with an E bass. Now a D sharp with an E bass, the way I'm going to play it is basically with first position D, and you just slide it up to the third fret. And you're going to again play the low E string. Okay? Another very off-centered chord. And then you're going to go to a D major seventh, which of course is just putting your first finger covering the second fret of the G, B, and the high E. And you're, again with the E drone. And then the fourth chord in the intro, first line, is a C sharp seventh with a flat ninth. And the way you're going to play that chord is basically take that D shape, instead of going to the third fret, you're going to take that D shape in the second fret and then just drop it to the first fret. And then you're going to again use the E as your drone. Very odd chord. So let's listen to how those chords all play together in the first line of the intro. So it's A major ninth, D sharp with an E bass, D major 7th with an E bass, C sharp 7th flat 9 with an E bass. So let me play those without calling them out. So it's okay, now you're going to do that twice, and then the third line of the intro is, it starts out again on the A major 9th with an E bass, and then it's sort of a build-up, and with the orchestration, if you listen to that recording, the Live in Paris, Look of Love, Diana Krall, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's going to go A major 9th with an E bass to an F major 7th with a flattened 5th, and that's made by taking your F major 7th shape, first fret, and then basically you're just lifting off your first finger. And so you can just say, the way I play it is, I put my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the D string and my first finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. And it's another off-centered chord, F major 7th flat and 5th. And it's going to end on a D minor 6-9, okay? And that's made by taking your middle finger and you put it on the 2nd fret of the G string and you put your first finger on the 1st fret of the high E string. And it ends, it really crescendos up. And let me play the that last line and you'll hear what I'm talking about. So it's crescendo, tacit, and then you're finally going to get into the first line of the verse. So that's all sort of orchestration, but you got to get those chords down because after the chorus in the second verse, they go to this, and I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, the first chord in the song is an F sharp minor 7th. Now an F sharp minor 7th is made by laying your first finger over all the strings on the 2nd fret. And then you put your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string. So it's the look, okay? The look, okay? F sharp minor 7th. So the look of love. Second chord is an F sharp minor 6-9. The way you do this chord is you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the low E string. You put your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, and then you're going to use your pointer finger and you're going to lay down on the 1st fret of the D string and the 1st fret of the G string. Now listen to how that sounds. Now you're going to play the A string, so don't pluck that one. It's a really off-centered chord. So it goes, the look of love. Very off-centered. And then the 4th chord, first line, is in D major 7th, easy. Just lay your first finger over the 2nd fret of the G, B, and the high E. In your eyes, and then back to the F sharp minor 6-9. So that first line is F sharp minor 6-9, D major 7th, and then back to F sharp minor 6-9. So it goes like this. The look of love is in your eyes. Very off-centered way of playing these chords, jazz chords. Okay, second line of the verse. It starts out on an A major 13th. Now an A major 13th is made by putting your first finger on the 1st fret of the G string, and then you basically are laying your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the B and the 2nd fret of the high E, and then you're going to pluck using the A as the bass. So it's another very odd chord. I love your smile. So that's the first chord of the second line of the verse, and then it's going to resolve itself by starting on a B with a C sharp bass. That's an easy chord to make because you're basically just going to lay your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string, on the 4th fret of the D string, G string, and the B string. So you're just playing those middle 4 strings, just laying it down like that. And then you resolve it to a C sharp 9, no 5th. And you do that, or you might just want to call it a C sharp 9. So see how it resolves? So let me play that second line here. Your smile can't disguise. Okay, now third line of the verse. Back to the F sharp minor 7th. The look of. Now, third line of the verse, it's going to go from the F sharp minor 7th to an F sharp 7th suspended 4th, which basically you're going to have the F sharp minor 7th, and you just put your pinky on the 4th fret of the G string to get the suspended 4th sound, okay? And that's just a stab, and then you resolve it to the F sharp 7th, which is just by putting your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. So you're going to get that, okay? And the way that sounds, the first part of that third line is the look of love. So it's love, okay? And then you're going to slide into a D major 7th, which I showed you before. It's saying, just like I said before, D major 7th. Now you're going to go back to the D minor 6-9, which I showed you before. Your middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your first finger is on the 1st fret of the high E string, using your D as the bass. And then you're going to go to an A major 7th. Did ever say, just like you would do A major 7th. Your middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. Your pointer finger is on the 1st fret of the G string, and your ring finger is on the 2nd fret of the B string. And then you're going to go to an A7 suspended 4th, or A7 suspended, and that's first finger on your 2nd fret of the D string, and then your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, using your A as the bass. A suspended, A7 suspended 4th, and then resolve it to an A7. So that's just sliding this one back to the A7th first position shape. Okay, so let me play that third line again all entirely, and I'll call out the chords, and then we'll walk through it again. So it's F sharp minor 7th, F sharp 7th suspended 4th, resolve to an F sharp 7th, to a D major 7th, to an A major 7th. Okay, and the way that sounds at full speed is like this. The look of love is saying so much more than just words could ever say. 4th line, slide into the D major 7th, and what my heart has heard. Then again, go back to the B with the C sharp bass. Takes my breath, and then resolve it to the C sharp 9, no 5th, just like in the second line of the verse. So that goes, and what my heart has heard, it takes my breath away. Okay? So that's the verse itself. All the verses are exactly the same with those chords. Okay, now we're going to get into the chorus itself. All right, chorus itself. Now, the chorus itself, it starts on, it's basically two chords in the chorus. That's an A major 7th with an E bass, and then a D major 7th with an E bass. And those are the shapes that I showed you before. So you going back to those and using your E as the drone. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. Tacit, pause. You've got that look of love, it's on your face. That look that time can erase. Okay, and then you're just jumping right into this second verse. Okay, once you play, the second verse chords are exactly the same. You go into the chorus, but the thing that changes from the choruses from here on out is that you're going to add back in the intro part of this song. And I'm going to play it, and then we'll just go over it. But it's essentially the same chords as we did in the intro. And I'll just call them out. It's basically the first line of them and not even the second line. So let me go ahead and do the chorus again. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. So long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Don't ever go. Okay, so that last line, the chorus is exactly the same. A major 7th with an E bass to a D major 7th with an E bass. And then after you do the second line of the chorus, then you're going to just jump right into don't ever go. So you're going to start out again with an A major 9th with an E bass. Go D sharp E bass. Don't ever go. D major 7th with an E bass. And then resolve it to the C sharp 7th with a flattened 9th, right? Yeah, flattened 9th, yes. And then you do that little intro after the second verse or the second chorus in the song. Then you're going to do a solo, a piano solo, a guitar solo, horn solo, whatever, of the melody of the song in the third verse. Okay, you're going to play the chorus again with going back, and essentially you're just going to end. You're going to continue on with the little dreamy. Don't ever go. Don't ever go. And it ends, instead of resolving the F major 7th flattened 5th to the with an E bass to the D minor 6/9 with an E bass. You resolve it to an A major 7th, and then the song ends. It just sort of fills it out. So let me do that last line again, and you'll see how it goes. Okay. Waited just to love you, now that I have found you. Don't ever go. Don't ever go. I love you so. Okay? And that's how you play this great tune. Okay, folks, that's how you play The Look of Love, the Diana Krall version on solo acoustic guitar. A little challenging, a lot of chords. There's probably 16 chords in the whole thing, but very doable. And if you use the capo on the first fret, it makes it a whole heck of a lot easier to play. Try this one, and good luck to you. If you have any questions or comments about this song, go ahead and leave me a question or comment at my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.